saying, bro, my phone just got robbed. If you know anything about Jiu Jitsu, you can just watch the move and you can
Yeah.
do it. Brazil in one weekend, there could be like 20 tournaments on or something. But the actual acai is so good, man. You'll save yourself a couple $100.
What's up guys, welcome to a new video. In this one, I'll be talking to my friend Richy B. Richy B is a jiu-jitsu competitor and he normally lives in Ireland, but now he's staying in Brazil where he's training and competing. He'll be sharing his experiences. I gave him my guide for training jiu-jitsu in Brazil, so he went fully prepared. And he'll tell you about the things he liked, the things he didn't really like, and also he'll be sharing some good advice with you guys, so make sure to watch the video until the end. How long have you been there now?
105 days.
Damn, that's
Yeah.
over the limit, right?
Yeah, so you can just like pay 100 reais per day and then you have to pay when you come back, right?
Yeah, exactly. So when you come back, they will put you in like the bad guy office, and you have to pay before you cross the border. So you have to go to a bank and give them the money.
I also heard stories of so many people that had to pay, but like it, they never actually had to. They never brought it up to them. They just forgot or
Really?
something.
Oh
Yeah.
man, they took me straight when I landed. It was like 5 a.m. and they put me straight into the
No
to
way.
where all the criminals go. And now every time I also when I leave and when I enter the country, they look at my passport and they check it like shit. I'll be right back. I have to talk to my boss. And then like, oh, not again, because I'm
Did you
on
have
some
to
kind of
pay?
blacklist because I overstayed the visa. But
That's crazy. Did you enter through Rio or Sao Paulo or another city?
um, when I had to pay the fine, it was in Sao Paulo. Yeah.
Uh, I was literally talking to a guy last night at dinner. He was saying, "Yeah, one of my friends went through Sao Paulo," and the guy was like, "Yeah, welcome, off you go," and he had to pay. He was meant to pay
Lucky
the fine.
bastard.
Yeah.
Lucky bastard. Well, they did ask me, like, do you have any fines outstanding? And maybe I just should have said no. But
I asked you.
so for the interview, I got a few questions for you. The first question is, why did you decide to go to Brazil? Because a lot of your teammates, I think, are in Spain right now. Of course, you also have a connection in the USA. There's good training there as well. So why did you pick Brazil?
Because at the time nobody was actually going to Spain, so
Mm,
Spain wasn't one of the options. Because before we came here, I was there with Dara and Tom Halpin and Taylor Pearman from the UK. We kind of
nice.
just we kind of just did like an unplanned trip. So we went there for I went there for 2 weeks and then we came back. And then once we got back, we were thinking to go somewhere else. We were like, oh, where can we go? And then Dara was like, oh, let's go to Brazil. And we are like, that's a bit far, but okay. And the plan initially was to go just for 1 month. And we decided Brazil because we've already been to Spain, and getting to America is harder.
Mm,
You have to go to Mexico for 2 weeks or some other country that's not on the red list for America and stay there for 2 weeks before you enter. And also, Dara's banned from America for like another 4 years.
why?
I, uh, they the last time he tried to enter, he he got caught for doing a seminar like 5 years ago or something.
Oh shit.
And funny enough, that one time he was just going to visit his friends. So yeah, long story short, he's just banned from America for like another for like another 4 years. So the U.S. wasn't an option back then. So we were like, yeah, we can go to Brazil. It's possible. And then we just kind of grabbed our shit and left. And then the plan was to just stay for 1 month. When I left, I told my parents, I'm like, yeah, I'm going, see you in 1 month. And then once we got here, we had like flexible flight tickets. So we just kind of pushed it back. And then we were like, why don't we just go to America? Why don't we just go to Mexico? So now that's what we're doing. My
Oh,
girlfriend and Yeah, my girlfriend and I are gonna go to Mexico in like 2 weeks. We're gonna stay there for 3 weeks and then San Diego.
Sick. The
Yeah.
life. And you're working
Yes.
online, right?
Yeah, I work online. So all this trip kind of just happened randomly day by day. You just
Awesome.
wake up one morning and you're like, here, we're going to America.
That's the good life. And where in Brazil have you been so far?
Only Rio.
Did you
Yeah.
pick did you pick Rio or did you just like ended up there?
We picked Rio. We knew of Checkmat Fight Zone here. We
Good
knew we
gym.
had training and we knew that the place was going to be nice. We were planning to travel, so we were planning to stay here for 1 month, 2 weeks in Rio and 2 weeks in Sao Paulo. But then we got here, realized that Rio is pretty cool. We have a lot of work to do, so we can't be like traveling every single day because we need like a set schedule from this hour to this hour we work, from this hour to this hour we train, and then leisure time. So we ended up kind of just locating here for a little longer.
Sweet. And have you only trained at Fight Zone or did you visit some other gyms as well?
Mostly Fight Zone, and I trained one time at, Tachi.
No.
He's a IBJJF referee. If I show you a photo of him, 100% you know him, but that's just, I think his nickname, maybe.
Okay.
Every Brazilian here has a nickname.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But when I tell my teammates I'm fighting João Ramos, I'm like, I don't know who that guy is. Oh, that's his nickname. Oh yeah, of course. Everybody knows. I don't know, short guy.
So yeah, only at the Fight Zone. Again, maybe because I don't have time to like try to find other gyms and I'm used to this gym. I know the routine. I know what time it starts. I know what time I finish. So it works well with my work schedule.
Who's teaching classes there now?
Gabriela Fester.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good. And probably the big question everybody wants to know is, have you been robbed yet?
Funny enough, I haven't been robbed,
Sweet.
but I know of people that have been robbed.
Really?
So,
Any close calls?
for me,
Yeah?
no. For me,
Okay, okay.
absolutely none.
What happened to
But
your friend?
do you know Christian? I don't know his second name, but he trains at Fight Zone with he came here with Carl Peggers. He's a black belt under Eduardo Teta Rios.
Isn't that the Globetrotter guy?
Maybe I don't know. He's like pretty tall, black belt, blonde. Do you know Carl Peggers
I know who he is,
from?
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Blonde
he
guy,
came
right?
with him anyways. And then I was actually with them. We went to this shopping center, and then we went outside. I was with maybe Marcus, Phelan, possibly. And then we got an Uber back to our place, and I was like, "Yeah, see you later." And then after we got into the Uber, maybe like 10 minutes later, he texted me off, um, Christian texted me off Carl's phone saying, bro, my phone just got robbed.
What?
And then I was like, oh my God, what happened? He said he was like ordering the Uber outside the shopping center and some kid like kicked his hand like he was holding a football, like kicked him in the hand, and then the phone went flying and he like took it and ran away.
Damn.
So I know of that incident, and then another time my girlfriend was walking down this is a crazy story, right? So my girlfriend was walking down the beach. She was like talking to her mom on the phone like this, probably not the smartest idea, but yeah, she was talking to her mom on the phone, and then some guy on the bike just grabbed the phone and went, and then she started screaming, "Oh, my phone!" And then somehow the police caught him, and then she got the phone back.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, so some guy started chasing him with a motorbike. They ran into a police squad car, and then the police like whipped out the guns, and they were like, "If you don't stop, I'll shoot you." And
Damn.
then they caught the guy, they got the phone, and then the guy with the motorbike that was chasing him came back, took my girlfriend, and brought her to the guy that took her phone.
Jesus.
So then she got her phone back,
Sick
and
story.
they arrested that guy. So that's the only two incidents I know of so far. we have 2 more weeks of staying here, so I'm gonna try to make sure it stays at 2.
You know what to do now. Just don't walk around with your phone in public.
And it's like it's safe and also unsafe at the same time. It's like it's safe if you know to not take your phone out and wear
Exactly.
jewelry and wear like your most expensive watch on your wrist. Or but then at the same time, it's like if you do all that, then you probably will get robbed.
Yeah, I
If you
had a
if you
friend of
go,
mine from the Netherlands that went there. He did the same thing. He was going out, and when he went back, he was drunk. He was walking with his phone on the street. Then you get robbed. So if you're
yeah,
smart about it, you should be safe.
yeah, you're not getting drunk, going to like weird nightclubs and doing weird shit. If you're if you're smart about it, you're gonna do fine. But if you're trying to be more adventurous, then I don't know what to tell you.
You gotta take risks. So where are you staying now? Are you staying in a hotel or Airbnb?
Airbnb,
Looks nice.
we found, yeah, it's actually pretty cool. We found this company. It's called Omar do Rio. They own like more apartments, including Airbnbs, but Airbnb takes a fee. So then if you get in contact directly with Omar de Rio, then you can skip the Airbnb fee. So you get it for
That's
a
nice.
bit cheaper.
That's
Yeah.
good.
They have like apartments all over Rio, actually all over Brazil.
What's the name? Omar.
Omar do Rio.
Omar do Rio. Nice. I'll keep
Yeah.
that in mind next time I go there.
Yeah, for
Uh,
sure.
how's your Portuguese going along?
Not great, man.
No?
Like Dara's Portuguese is way better because he does classes and stuff, but I with all the work that I do, I don't have time to like read Portuguese or anything. All the Portuguese, like it's not bad, I can understand everything, but I never have the time to just sit down and like, okay, let's learn something today. Because every time I have some free time like that, it's work time.
That
Yeah.
sucks.
If I'd be here and I wouldn't have work to do, I'm sure like I'd be doing like classes and reading more about it and try to study it more.
So there is going to like physical Portuguese classes.
Yeah, yeah. So his
Sick.
Portuguese game pretty good.
Nice. It's a good skill. How are you following the classes? Are they teaching them in English?
I think it's just one on one. So he just has one guy and that guy is teaching him. And I think the
No,
idea
no.
is,
I mean the classes in the gym.
oh, the jiu-jitsu classes. I thought you were talking about Dara's Portuguese classes. Yeah, they're good, man. They love to do a lot of warm-ups, as I'm sure you've noticed as well in your time here in Brazil.
Yeah.
But overall, it's good.
But you can
Yeah.
follow the classes, or are they teaching them in English?
Gabriela teaches both in Portuguese and then in English.
Ah,
But if
nice.
you're if you're like if you know anything about jiu-jitsu, you can just watch the move and you can
Yeah.
do it. You don't even need to have it taught to you in English. But then people here would say, "Oh, I want to practice my English too." So they would
Oh.
teach it in English as well.
Even though you don't really like, you already understood it in Portuguese.
Yeah, exactly. It's like if someone does a knee cut, you don't need to tell them. You need
You
them
don't
to
need to
tell
know what it means in Portuguese.
them doing a knee cut. Yeah, but it's good. It's good to train again. It's good to have a class full of people.
Are there next to the bigger warm-ups any other big differences you noticed in training?
Another thing I noticed is now this might be like just how we train, but we have more like free training time. Like, okay, guys, do rounds, and then that's the end of the teaching kind of bit. Okay,
Mm.
guys, do rounds, and then everybody picks their own partner. Everybody does as many rounds as they want to do, or as little as they want to do. Here, or maybe in fight zone, or actually no, because I trained at Tachis as well. Here, the professor picks your rounds as well.
Yeah.
So it's like you do the warm up, you do the drills or whatever the class is, and then the professor picks you around. Oh, Richie, you go with Daniel. Dara, you go with this person. Back at home or other uh, places I trained with all over Europe or all over America, it's like, okay, guys, here's the warm up, here's the technique. Okay, rounds, pick your own partner. That's
Yeah, I
another
think
one.
that's a Brazilian thing. Like they want to match the people. Like don't get the white belts being smashed by another crazy white belt.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. Yeah,
it's something
that's
pretty
not
universal. I noticed there.
even in the places that you trained at.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Except for maybe competition class, where they leave us a little bit more free. Most of the normal classes, the coach decides who you go with.
Yeah, every class I've done, even open mat, it's still
Semi-open mat.
it's still not open mat, bro.
You need the freedom. Thank God you're going to America.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we're doing open mat, but it's only rounds and I'm picking your rounds.
I have open mats.
Yeah, it's like closed open mat.
Exactly. And how about competing? How is that compared to competing here in Europe? How's the circuit?
It happens way more often, man. I'd say it literally happens every single weekend.
I love it.
And that's just in Rio. I'd say all over Brazil in one weekend, there could be like 20 tournaments on or something.
Yeah.
The standard is so high, and I guess that is because you have tournaments on every single weekend. So then people are so used to competing. Like, I'm not surprised why Brazilians are so good at jiu-jitsu now, because it's like, man, even if your training is not that great and your jiu-jitsu is not that great, you're so used to the competition strategy and not being nervous. For them, it's just another weekend. It's not like, especially in, let's say, Ireland, if you want to do a big tournament, you have to travel, and you probably don't travel like more than once a month because it's expensive.
Yeah.
And then because you compete only once a month, the whole month you're looking forward to that day. You're like, oh, this is the day, this is the day, this is the day. So you're building it up in your head so much, which then puts so much pressure on you, which then makes you perform not as well, or I don't know, you just want to win it so much that you don't do as well. But then over here, it's like every weekend is just another tournament. It's like you go to it, I'll try my best. If it doesn't work, I'll just compete again next time. Or, oh, this is the guy I fought last week. He did this. Now I'll try to do this. Next week, I'll try to pull. Next week, I'll try to play guard. Next week, I'll try to play half. So even though people's jiu-jitsu might not be as good, their competition strategy is just on point because they do it so often and they're so used to being in that scenario of competing. They're
Exactly.
good
It's like
at
a skill on its own. If you can compete every weekend, you get better at competing. Like maybe your
exactly.
jiu-jitsu doesn't grow as much, but like you
Yeah.
said, it's a skill you need to work on as well.
Yeah, like you might be, what I notice is that you train with some people and they don't seem that good, but then they go to the tournament and they win. And that's just because they're doing it, like obviously their jiu-jitsu might is good as well, but it's also they're doing it so much that they're so good at the competition strategy. They know what to do at the right time. They know the right call. Double pull, come up, go on bottom now so I can sweep later. Things that only come with competition experience.
Exactly. Did you notice any differences in the game you're used to fight against in Europe compared to Brazil as well?
That's different to say because the first time I competed the brown belt was here, so the
Ah,
level
okay.
is all higher.
Yeah.
It was different maybe if I would have competed a lot in Europe at purple and then come here and compete at purple still. But then for the first time competing at brown belt, I competed in Brazil, so I expected the level to be higher either way. So I guess I can't really talk about that one because what can I say? Oh, it's harder to pass the guard. Well, yeah, because it's brown.
It is a brown belt. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just curious for my own like how are they with the leg locks? Did they take a lot of leg locks in you as well? Now they try to brown belt? Not at all.
Because a brown belt now you can do heel hooks, and then
Ah, yeah.
yeah, you can do the toe holds are already thing. You can do heel hooks and reaping the knee like inside saddle positions like that. And in the first Nogi tournament, I was like going for so many heel hooks, and man, people were not even looking, not even sniffing my heels. Like, from 50-50, both people can heel hook each other. And then I'd be like in 50-50 and be like hesitant to go for the heel hook, thinking like, oh, I might expose my heel. But then sometimes I would have my heel fully exposed, and people wouldn't even think to heel hook me. I don't
Yeah,
know if I just
still a
got
bit
lucky.
behind on that, I think.
Yeah, but I haven't seen anyone at tournaments do heel hooks. Maybe you see like one or two here and there, but compared to how many you'd see in Europe, if it's European competitors or Americans, yeah, not really, not that many.
I remember even last year before they added the hooks to it. My last competition in Brazil, I also had a lot of success with leg attacks. I did a knee bar, a stimulok, because I think
Yeah,
they're lacking a little bit. Their guard passing, their guard is really good because of that competition experience. But then that aspect of jiu-jitsu, I think we're a little bit ahead there in Europe
yeah,
at
I
least.
would agree. I would agree. Even at the place we train at, Gabriela is always saying how they don't do heel hooks and leg locks. Heel hooks in particular, they're always like, yeah, it's a new thing for us. We're trying to get better at it. So I think Europeans and Americans are definitely way ahead of heel hooks at least.
Yeah, and then it depends per gym because at the house where I usually train, the guys were very curious about hooks since they were going to add that rule. I got a lot of questions about it, and my coaches as well. They're pretty open to leg locks, to heel hooks, to knee bars. But I think that's quite an exception in Brazil from what I see in other gyms. They're lacking a little bit.
Hmm.
Other subject. What's the best Brazilian food you had so
Brazilian food. There's this place. It serves like traditional Brazilian food. It's just the classic steak with farofa, with rice, with beans. What else does it come with? I think that's it. Yeah, so it's a mixture of steak, uh, farofa mixed with eggs and ham. If you don't know what farofa is, I don't really know how to explain it. It's kind of just
far?
like,
It's like fried flour with
yeah,
garlic and onion, I think. Maybe
yeah,
it's a good
and then
explanation.
this place mixes it with egg and
Mm.
ham as well. And then you have like the feijão, which is like the beans with a little purple sauce. And yeah, so steak with farofa, with beans. And what else did I say? Well, and rice. Yeah, so that's probably the best traditional Brazilian food I had. They also have Taco Bell in Rio, so
Well,
if you're from Europe and you never had Taco Bell, or if you're from Ireland and you never had Taco Bell, then make sure you get a
nice.
Eats.
Another good reason to go to Brazil.
Use code Richy15 for 15% off.
And the Acai, how's the Acai?
It's really good, man. Yeah, there's some spots here. Well, you can pretty much find on every corner and at every beach post though, pretty much everyone sells it. But the best one I had was there's this place Oakberry and
Mm.
Maria Acai. Oakberry is more like traditional, just like granola and peanut butter and honey and stuff like that. But then Maria's Acai, if you want to go wild, they offer like any type of chocolate. So if you want like
Wow,
Ferrero Rocher,
that's my jam. That's Acai I like.
you can just stuff whatever chocolate you want, they'll have it. Kit
Yeah,
Kat, just anything. Yeah,
yeah,
so it
I
depends
like
which
that distinction they make where there's like Acai that's super healthy. That's still a lot of sugar, but like they add like honey and banana, and then like you have places like the one you're talking about. They just throw condensed milk, ice cream,
yeah.
chocolate, everything on top of
So it depends which one you're in the mood for. Are you in the mood for the healthy one
it.
or the not healthy one?
A little bit less healthy, slightly more towards less athletic variation.
Yes, those are the two, but the actual acai is so good, man. And it's so cheap compared to like what you get at Europeans. At Europeans, you just get like purple weird paste for
Yeah,
like
I don't
6 euros.
take it anymore, man. I can't have Acai here in Europe. It's too
But
expensive. It's
what's,
not good
but
enough.
what's crazy is that they make so much money because every white and blue belt that goes to Europeans for the first time, they're like acai, like
Yeah.
Europeans.
And then
So they
like at the Europeans, it's even not that bad. It's like it's pretty decent Acai. I've seen tournaments where they have like just muddy purple water, and they sell it for 10 euros a cup.
it's just like some flavorless sorbet with like some
Yeah.
purple purple coloring or something.
Exactly. Throw some banana on top of it and charge 10
Yeah,
euros.
here the acai is more like a smoothie.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like what you see at Europeans where it's just like a clump, a clump of like I don't even know what to call it, just hard. It's kind
Yeah,
of
but it
like
depends per city as well. Because in Sao Paulo, it's a little bit more like that. It's like an ice cream.
yeah,
Where in Rio, it's more like you say, it's like a smoothie, almost like a juice.
yeah. I also heard people talking about like traditional acai where it's like not sweet. It's more like I'm not really sure how to describe it because I didn't have it, but I know
Where
people are
where are
like,
you staying in Rio?
where do I stay?
Yeah.
Close to Postal 5, so in between, kind of in between Copacabana and
Yes.
Ipanema.
Let me find. There's a good spot nearby you, which has like the more traditional version. Uh, it has like a frog as a logo. You
It's
can get it in Rio. It's not like super savory, but it's closer to like the original.
is it
Uh,
called Big Nectar or
no, it's called. I know exactly where it is. Let me get this Google Maps going. Uh, yeah. Oh yeah, I found Maria Acai. Amazonia Soul. That's what it's called. It's around the corner of your house. It's
you
Posto 8.
already know where I live?
Yeah, ish. It's between Ipanema and Copacabana.
What's funny is,
It's around the corner of Maria Acai. So if you want to go traditional next time, you can go there.
yeah, I know a few spots that offer it, but I've always just went the Kit Kat way.
Mm. Understandable. I don't blame
Just
you.
not with it.
All right, and of course you've been eating a lot of acai, but have you visited any touristic sites as well?
We went to see Cristo.
Oh,
That was
nice.
that was one of the big ones.
Did you pick a
Yeah.
good day?
Yeah. It was a good day. We went up with a taxi all the way up, so we skipped the train part,
Oh, okay.
and then we got all the way up, go in. But and yeah, it's amazing, man. When you go, it's just so big, and yeah,
Yeah.
it was. We tried to go another day, but then when we got there, it was cloudy. So pro tip, if you want to go to see Cristo, go over to Ipanema, look up at it. If you can see it, then go to it.
Go.
If you can't see it, don't go to
Yeah,
it.
and this might sound weird because when you haven't been to Rio, you always see Cristo on all the pictures, but when you do get there, it's always a bit cloudy. There's a lot of smog, so you have to pick your day.
Yeah,
Uh,
so
it's
like
actually good
sometimes
advice.
it can be like a really nice day, so warm, so hot, and like there's no clouds, but there's just one big cloud surrounding him.
Yeah.
Just one cloud right where he's in the middle, and there's just one cloud, and everywhere else there's no clouds. It's like
Yeah.
they're doing it on purpose or something.
It's trying to keep
Uh,
the tourists away.
what other places did we see? We went to the Sugarloaf.
Nice, that's a good one.
Yeah, we're trying to go to Pedra de Gavea.
Ooh,
Yeah, maybe try to do it this week because we only have like 2 weeks left. So I think we're gonna do that one as well.
nice,
Yeah.
good stuff. Do you have any tips for people that want to go to Brazil right
In
now?
terms of in terms of what? Like training, just
Like,
traveling through.
like what? Yeah, what advice would you give yourself, like the week before you went, right now?
Um, try to get an apartment that's not through Airbnb. So try to book it through the actual company that runs the place, the way we do through Omar de Rio. You'll save yourself a couple $100 if you get it for the month or for multiple months. Try to budget yourself. I have Revolut, so I just put like a certain amount of money in my Revolut per month, and I'm like, okay, this is the amount of money I have per month, and I'll only spend this. If you do jiu-jitsu, try to compete as much as you can. There's usually a tournament on like every single weekend. It's so good for the experience and to be there. And every single tournament, you'll fight different people. there's just so many people and so high level that every tournament you'll fight different people. So it's really a good experience. Make sure you don't take your phone out in
Big one.
public. So like if you walk down the beach or anywhere, even in the most crowded public areas, don't take your phone out. Keep it in your pocket. Or if you have to order an Uber, go into like a more hidden corner of the street, or like keep it tight to your chest where there isn't that many people. That's pretty much it, man. I don't know what else I could tell people really.
Nice,
Yeah,
thanks a lot. I think that will help a lot of people. And also big thanks for talking to me. Hope you're gonna have a
sure,
great time there, and I'll
sure.
speak to you soon. All right, thanks a lot, Richy B, for taking your time to talk with me, to share your experiences. If you guys don't follow Richy already, I'll put a link to his Instagram in the description below. Really cool guy to follow. He truly lives the Jiu-Jitsu lifestyle. So if you want to learn more about that, make sure to give him a follow on Instagram. If you guys want to learn more about training Jiu-Jitsu in Brazil, make sure to get my guide. I'll put a link in the description below as well. And this guide will prepare you fully for everything that's gonna happen and everything that you want to do in Brazil. So both on and off the mats, whether you want to train and compete or whether you want to go out and party as well, visit the touristic sites, this guide will prepare you fully for everything. So make sure to get it. I'll again put a link in the description below. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, and of course subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. See you guys next time.